stream, Jumper and I have to discuss some things. And first and foremost, I've been proud about the progress I've made towards working on my anger and stuff. Jumper can jump in now and like clarify whether or not, actually I have been working on that.
Yeah.
So you know how much I pride the fact that I have been working on it, and I feel as though I've come together a whole lot better as a person. I've been working on not cussing as much. Um,
Censorship here and there.
yeah, I've been a lot better about things. So I know a lot of you who watch the channel frequently know I kind of haven't been in the right headspace here the last 2 years. Um, that's that's just a given. I know I haven't been. Anybody who's ever popped in and has seen it, they can tell I haven't been in the right headspace. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't been. Now, one of those reasons I haven't been is because the person that I have been in love with for 99.99% of my life and we split up. That's why you no longer see the wrestling stuff. That's why whenever I did try to bring back the FAFO, it still is hard. That's why you haven't seen a lot of the content that I know she enjoyed. Um, she contacted me a couple days ago, and well, yeah, literally a couple days ago. So 2 days ago. Today is her birthday. You know, I'm forever grateful that she reached out and she checked in on me. Um, it, I won't lie, it left behind some unknown answers and unknown feelings. So here's where the issue comes into play. Is there is two truths behind the reason why 513 is in my name. One being that was the last day that I had communicated with Hannah when I was, very young, 16 years old, young, dumb, stupid. Um, Along with that was the first time I ever had attempted to take my own life. Now, I'm not saying that what these people did were wrong, because if they hadn't have been there to stop me, I I would have I would have been successful. Um, After that day, we came together as a whole uh, martial arts class that learned how to do weapons combatives. Um, we came together as a whole, and that's where a lot of these people came from. Uh, Again, I'm grateful for that bondage and that friendship. Now, when our sensei or our master Miyamoto had passed away, the reins were given to Sensei Otto. Um, Sensei Otto passed the reins down to me, and we called ourselves a force of guardians. It's where we tried to keep everything in check, where we didn't let too many bad things happen, but we didn't let too many good things happen either. There's always that balance. That was one thing that we were keyed on. Now, in my lovely time of my life, I have lost 12 people in my life due to suicide. I have a 13-starred cross on my arm. Each star represents one of those people. That's something nobody actually knows the truth behind until now. I am that 13th star. I am the reason why there's 13 on there. Because on one occasion, I was resuscitated. I am not proud of it, but that is why. It had been the only time I had ever left a note, and there's not been a note since. Um, Now, I'm not going to say that that was ever the last time I have attempted. I got some help, but it does not mean that those thoughts aren't there sometimes. But fast forwarding to where we are now, it was brought to my attention that because I have a will that now Mr. Jumper over here in the party has access to read and see updates on, because my health, it wasn't the best, and my mental health was becoming a concern, so it's something that I brought back up and decided to actually go through with a plan and make sure that proper people are in place and in motion to carry out my wishes. It was brought to my attention that after I had added them, I unfortunately was not so quick to remove, and yes, I will name drop her. I will name drop every single one of these people that I've had to have contact with today. I was not quick enough to remove Emily Park from that list of people who were able to view it. Emily Park, Tyler Young, Aaron Smithfield, Amber White, and Jason Honda. All have in the past went onto TikTok, has went to Facebook, and has sought personally out Hannah and left some pretty mean and hurtful things. And on one occasion, one thing that was said to me was, I, not me, myself, but they said that if I were to take my life, it would have been on Hannah. And that is not right to put that on anybody's head. True or not. It is not your place to ever tell somebody that that death is on your hands. Now, today, on her birthday, she received an email from Miss Emily Park. She had access to the email because I was not quick enough in removing her from the list of people who could view other people that were added to that list. So, I attempted to deal with it in a nice way. I said, hey, don't need to contact her. Leave her out of whatever discussions you think you want to have about me. If you have issues with me, you need to be direct towards me and nobody else. That was how I thought we could handle things as an adult. Now here comes the part where, after being out with a friend and her family for her late birthday gift, I seen that I had a missed message that said, you do not understand the full totality that this person has put you through. And we need to make sure that she is aware of the fault that she has caused in your life. Now, you obviously had forgotten who the fuck I was. Because I called twice, and then the third call, I was added into a group conversation call with all of the individuals I named earlier. And I listened for 20 minutes. I gave 20 minutes for them to try to rationalize their way of thinking. When it became my turn to speak, I was told, I have one more thing, because you're not in the right place to speak. I think I need to be the one that moderates what you think. That was my tipping point. My compassion and my patience and my kindness has always been looked at as my weakness. So since I do know you do come in here and you watch these videos because you are still concerned about my life and how things are, I am going to, in full detail, explain how this conversation went. I interrupted. You tried to interrupt me. You've already gone on strike 1, 2, and 3, and you don't get a 4th fucking strike. Remember your motherfucking place. Master Otto put me in charge of the group. If you have a direct confrontation with the way I handle our classes and the way we teach and the way we are as human beings, you come to me. You do not run around and open your fucking mouth to every other person. You keep your life in Texas. Tyler will keep his life in Kansas. I will keep my life in Missouri. Amber will keep her life in Arkansas. Jason, I don't give two fucks what you do in California. Why the fuck you even think you need to be a part of the conversations ever again is beyond me. Because you've always been a scared little bitch and you always will be a scared little bitch. And I'm not saying that because you're married to another man. I'm saying it because every time there's ever been a confrontation, you've bowed down and you've said, yes, daddy. I am the one that runs the show. There's a reason why I was called the Bear. Because I'm friendly, I'm huggable, I'm lovable, but when you cross my line, I will fucking end you. I have worked too damn hard on not being the person who goes over the edge so far. But if you ever, and I do mean ever, bring my friends or family back into these conversations, there will no longer be the repercussions of having a nice, calm talk on a phone. We will stop using a training weapon. We will go to a bladed weapon. And then we will sign our consent forms. And then we will see who is really worthy. Because I know even in my health condition, I'm still better than you at your peak condition. And you know it too, so know your fucking role. You are not the number 1, you are not the number 2, you are not the number 3. You have pushed yourself down so far on the fucking list that I would trust a brand new student to back me than you. That's where we sit at. I can handle everything else. I do not need you to tell me how to live my life and the things I need to do to become a better person. So, I appreciate your concern, but let it be. I think it's where you need to end your friendship with me. And that's the truth. And now that all that mutual bullshit is out of the way, we can continue on to have our great stream. So yes, that is the wonderfulness that I got to deal with today, Mr. Jumper. It's bad enough when I say I would rather trust a new student. Like, really, really bad. Just so everybody sees how this is going to be set up. I'm going to try to come in,
Oh,
what, every... I'm gonna try to do a stream every day for Farming Sim. Periodic plow, on, off. Da 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 da. For starts, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For just the starts of everything, we are putting the city up. We'll probably here before too long. Everybody's going to start out at the same level. The city, obviously, it's the city of Elmcreek, so they're going to be a little slower to take off from the rest of the pack.
this team's gonna whoop our ass.
Isn't that how it normally goes for you, though? On there?
Yep.
So, yeah.
Nah, I get a win here and there.
So, yeah, you know, I've, like I said, I've prided myself on working on everything, but it was just today, it pushed me over. And, I think I scared a couple people.
Wouldn't be you if you didn't.
Because the statement I made was true. That is the reason Master Miyamoto said, "You are the bear." He said it because he said, "You are the most lovable human being who is genuine." And then there's moments where you become slightly unhinged. And when you become unhinged, you terrify the world. Again, I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. I just know it's a thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that seems fair enough. In place of... No, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. We'll leave it. We'll leave it. Nah, I can't do cotton. I can do oats. The cotton's too much. But yeah, that's
Okay, I'm done with this game.
Yeah, I I didn't necessarily mean to go off the way I did. I just there comes a time when you've got to ask yourself, have they forgotten? And the answer to that question was yes. We forgot. Because at the end of that conversation, this is exactly how it ended, was I said, now, have I made myself clear? And I got a resounding yes, master. They didn't call me sensei, they didn't call me Dylan. They referred back to me as the title of the person who teaches the teachers. And that's when you know that there was just enough spark of fear that they no longer want to play the game of how far
Fuck
can we
around.
push? Yeah, the epitome of fuck around and find out. Well, they found out, and it turns out they don't want to fuck around anymore. Which is kind of understandable. um, like, really, really understandable. And I am so happy that, we can continue on with our way of teaching people, our combatives and stuff, because it is something I still take pride in. But it's not something that I necessarily need to survive in my life. I honestly, if they told me, hey, look, you, like, if any one of them were to ever come up and be like, hey, look, I want to take over the reins, you know what my point to that would be?
Hmm.
Okay, you want it, it's yours. Because it's not something that I need in my life to keep me going. It's just not. Maybe when I was younger, it was, but now it's one of those things I'm like, I've taught enough students. I'm happy with no longer teaching. If they want to boot me out and say, hey, we don't want you to be the person that's in charge of the teaching anymore, I will step away. It's not going to hurt my feelings. But what I'm not going to stand for is somebody trying to use my personal life in a matter and push me to a point to where I have to decide whether or not I show them why I needed to work on who I was, or if I let it go. And 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna let it go. I'm just not. Like, I want to sit here and tell you, yes, I am the better person and will always let it go. That's just not the case. I I honestly I can't think of a reason why I would let something like it go anymore. Like, name one reason why I should have let that go.
You have my silence.
it was just something. It was unnecessary. It was just beyond what was somebody's place. I understand the concern. I really do. I understand it, and I'm not saying that there's reason to not be concerned. But I'm also not telling you that
That you
you
can
need
have
to
it
go
fucked up.
out of your way and make somebody feel like if something happened to me, it's on them. 'Cause it's not. If something happens to me, you know who that's on? It's on me. I'm gonna have to borrow some money for this farm. Sheet. Um, yeah, it's on me. It's not on anybody else. And that's just what I want everybody to understand is I'm grateful for the concern. I'm always going to be grateful for the concern. But for God's sakes, don't blame anybody. If you feel like you need answers as to why something happened, go to the source and blame the person that did it. 200,000. That's what this whole thing so far has set me back. Good freaking Lord. So that's I don't want to say I was completely in the right on snapping at them, but I'm also not going to tell you that I was in the wrong. It's going to set me back further than 200,000.
Oh shit!
It's going to set me back
Ew, what the fuck?
270,000.
What?
270,000 in the fucking hole for this farm. Boy, they got some stuff they gotta get moving, like ASAP.
Oh shit!
What?
I'm sitting here like I'm playing Minecraft now, because how can that piss me off? But I just realized I haven't played this so long. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
How? You know what? Never mind. I'm just.
Okay, because I'm playing online. I'm playing online. I'm playing
Oh, okay. I was about to say, man, I don't know how stupid you've gotten, but what do you mean you forgot how to play Minecraft?
Oh fuck! No, I just forgot how to play this online game.
Oh, okay. That makes a little
Well,
bit more. That makes a little bit more sense. A little bit more understandable now. Um,
you can't forget how to play Minecraft. It's only like 3 buttons.
it really is. That's why I
Oh!
was. That's why I was really going to question you.
Ooh, she almost fell.
Like
Come
that.
on, why are you on dick? It's too late at night for you to be dick riding.
It, yeah. It it's only like 3 buttons. So like I was. That's why I was questioning. Like, what the fuck do you mean you forgot how to play Minecraft?
Dog. And you know what? The way I just got dead. going back to offline. Fuck. But going to my own realm. Going back to my own world. I'm gonna go build. I'm gonna go mining. Which is the only thing I really do in Minecraft. Fucking mine.
Like I said, you know, I've prided myself on fixing a lot of issues, and my only hope is that one day I'm able to show that to Hannah, is just how much I have fixed things. That's my only hope. I'm done with this trifling ass bullshit that's been going on. I'm done. Like, no cap. I'm done. It's over. I can't wait till the 15th is up, because when the 15th hits, I'll be back to being free, and that's my intent, is to go face to face and try to make things right.
Ooh, the fries are done.
Ding, fries are done, ding, fries are done, ding, fries are done. Would you like an apple pie with that? Would you like an apple pie with that? Damn, I am fat, damn, I am fat. Fatter than crack, fatter than
The fact that
crack.
it actually made that sound was ding. I don't even know if they're done. I don't know if they were on the list.
Oh, bruh. Yeah, so I needed this today, but then I didn't need it at the same time. Like, and the worst part is I feel bad that, you know, that drew me out of, you know, the peaceful person that I've been being.
I mean, but you gotta put it this way. It was for a good reason.
Yeah.
It's not like it wasn't for a reason. Damn sure good reason.
Yeah. I mean, that 99% of the time it's always been for a good reason. It just, I don't want somebody to look at it and be like, nothing's changed, because I have. You've seen it. You have seen it yourself. I have been working on things and being better than who I was yesterday. Like, even my TikToks reflect that. Like, I'm starting to do more of the teachings onto TikTok and stuff. I'm not making videos where it's got anger or hatred behind it. They're more the life lessons that Master Miyamoto and Master Otto taught me. And now that I am in charge of them, there are some things I am cutting from the courses. I when I look back and I realize who I represent, I represent my teacher when it comes to that form. I represent my teacher, and my teacher represents his teacher. Therefore, all students reflect back to who their master is. I was the last person to be taught a sentinel guard fighting style. I was the last person. Because after, Master Otto said, I do not believe it's a sound technique. Now, I disagreed with him because I have proven with one of my own students that it is a great, and I do mean a great, form of fighting, but I respected it. Even though in my own right, I held the rank of master, I was not the senior master. Yes, I was on the Council of Six, but when it came down to it, the person who was in charge of us all said it was not, and whether I listened and believed it, I had to respect that. And I did respect it. Now, it was my choice to bring it back, and like I said, it's been a proven tactic that it works. Now, that does not mean that Master Otto is wrong. It just means that I may have refined the tactic better than he did, and due to that, he is entitled, or was entitled, to his idea, and I respect that. I will never not respect that. If that makes any kind of sense to anybody. You know, I say I respect the fact that, you know, he told me it was not something that was worth teaching, and then I still proceeded to go on to teach it later after he resigned. But um,
Not the point.
it's not the point. The point is, yeah, it's something that I refined. I think that that's why it works for me, is because it was refined, and thanks to the refinement, it became something that is able to be done better. I don't want to say wholeheartedly that, you know, I'm a better teacher. When it comes to the aspects of Master Otto was not a sentinel fighter, I was a sentinel fighter. Therefore, I know how to teach it. Master Otto did not know how to teach it. Again, not saying he doesn't know. I'm just saying. Because Master Otto is still alive, and Master Otto can still kick my ass at Forms 1, 4, 6, and probably 3, if we're gonna be honest. If we're gonna be honest, okay? That old man is truly one of the most terrifying individuals I think I've ever had to force myself to stand across from and prepare to fight. Because he he's old and he's fast.
He's old.
He's fast. He's fast as fuck. It's terrifying. Like, I know he shouldn't be that fast, but he is. Like, and I know it sounds like I'm joking about the level of scared, but I'm not.
Oh,
There was,
he's act.
yes, he like hits you with like lightning, man. Like, it's terrifying. First time. This was the first time I ever had a disagreement with him, and this was the last time I ever had a disagreement with him. Was I said, with all due respect, that is how I started this conversation. Do not let anybody ever tell you anything different. I started it with all due respect. I started it with all due respect, Master. I believe that my Form 5 and my Form 7 and 8 are more refined than the way you are currently teaching Form 3. His response to that was, I'm sorry, Master Myers, but did you question me in front of students? Which then I had realized my mistake was the moment he said, did you correct me in front of students? I knew I fucked up. And I didn't fuck up just a little bit. I fucked up bad. Because that's the one, like, that's like the one no, you don't do. You do not ever question the main master about a way you teach in front of other students. That is where I knew I made my mistake. Was because I looked at him and I said, was not my intention, but it does appear as though I have insulted you and did undermine your teaching in front of students. He fucking smiled and said, since that is the case, you do know the price. I was like, I do know the price. It means we must spar. He goes, okay, if you know the price, please draw whatever form you wish to proceed with. I thought, hey, let's go with 5. Why? Because it's a double blade and I can protect my ass. Because I know this fucker is fast. I know he's fast. He's faster than an old man should be. And I know it. And I know what my mistake was. And he said, okay, since you are going with Form 5, and it's a refined form, that's how he said it, refined, and put air quotations around it, so he knew, so he made sure I knew just what I had said. He then looked at me and goes, I will only use Form 3. Now, here's the issue with the first. The forms are broken into 7 forms. Form 8 is your own form. So, Form 1, 2, and 3 are defensive. Form 5, 6, and 7 are offensive. Form 4 is more the double blade. But my Form 5 is a combination of Form 4 and 5. I also was choosing to try to use my Form 8,
which is a more aggressive standpoint. And when I say he is fast as lightning, it is not because it is an exaggeration. It is because I took 2 steps and I somehow ended up on my ass, and he stood over me and said, "Refined form, huh?" And the only words I could muster out of my mouth were, "How did you move so fast?" And he said to me, "That is why I am the master and you are not. Please go have a seat with the other students, young one." Now, that was a humbling experience because when I asked one of the young students who had just begun to learn Form 3, he looked at me and he said, "I thought you were supposed to be a master, Master Myers." And I said, "Well, I am." And he looked at me and he said, "Master Otto took 3 steps and tripped you. How did you let that happen?" I said, "He tripped me?" He goes, "He moved faster than I could actually videotape." I said, "You were trying to videotape?" He goes, "I just wanted to see if I could actually videotape it." I was like, "Oh yeah? Yeah? Me and your parents are going to have a conversation after class." He goes, "Why?" "Because I want to know why you're trying to embarrass your senseis." And he goes, "I'm not trying to embarrass you. I just want to know how he moved so fast." I was like, "You know what? That's a good question. I want to know that question too." I said, "Master Otto, may you please demonstrate to the youngling and I how you were able to move so fast?" And he moved like this. He moved with such terrifying speed that it was the first ever time I had ever cussed in front of another student or master, and I said, "Holy shit, you old bastard." He looked at me, smiled, laughed, and said, "That is another price you must pay later."
Holy crap.
When I say this man is the epitome of terror that lives in the backseat of my mind when it comes to sparring, I pray to God I never, and I mean never, ever in my life come across an old man with such violent speed that it makes me contemplate my life. Because that's what he does. That man is 87 years old.
Shit.
You know what he did last week? He went and ran a 5K. Because his wife said, "You need to get a new hobby." He went and ran a 5K and outran some dudes that were in their 40s. He is 86 years old. He is 86 years old. I am terrified of that man.
Embodiment of every sensei anime. What the fuck?
I am terrified of him. I'm not scared of him. I am terrified. There is a difference. Master Otto scares me. Like, honest to God, there's reasons why I do not wish to go through Georgia ever again. And that's because I'm afraid somebody's going to tell him, hey, Master Myers is in town and looking to spar. And if that old man ever wants to spar with me, I can't tell him no, because then how does it look? Oh, you're scared of the 86-year-old? Yes. Terrified. You don't know the things he did to me. I was 23 and at peak health when he put me on the ground. I am 27 now. I gained my right in my role as master when I turned 20. I passed through all my tests, and I earned that right to be called Master Myers. I earned that.
And in 3 fucking steps.
And in 3 steps, he made me feel like I had just began to learn how to hold a single-bladed weapon. In 3 steps. It literally took him more time to bow to me before and after the fight than it did for the fight. That is what is terrifying, is when it takes you longer to bow than it does to fight. That's when you know, hey, you're one scary individual. Yeah, so Gainesville, Georgia is one of those places I stay away from just because of him. No other reason. Yeah, that's where he chose to go for retirement, Gainesville.
What the fuck?
He said he has family there.
Alright. That just gave me another 3.
I am more scared of him than I am scared of Master Yamamoto, who is Korean and has an 8th black belt in Taekwondo and an 8th black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I am more scared of Master Otto, who holds a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and a red belt in Taekwondo. But when it comes to edged weapons and a weapons specialist, Master Otto is the single most terrifyingly old man you will ever come across in your life. He told us a story, and this is no cap, like, at all, on the level of respect I have for him. When he was teaching us, somebody attempted to rob him at a gas station in Tennessee. Notice how I said attempted. Yeah. Turns out, Master Otto has a body count.
Fucking body.
A guy approached him while he was filling his gas in Nashville, had a knife, walked forward to him, and said, "Hey, you old bastard." This is from Master Otto's mouth, okay? So, we've done a little bit of fact-checking, and yeah, I believe what happened, because it's Master Otto. But he said, the guy walked up, held a knife towards me, and said, "Hey, you old bastard, you're going to give me your wallet and your car keys." I took his knife and I put it in his throat.
Oh!
I was
Oh,
like,
what the fuck?
we were having a calm discussion, and then that's how we were talking about the necessity of meditation. The necessity of meditation and being calm and peaceful. He said, I took his knife and I put it in his throat. And then I watched him gasp for air while the paramedics were coming. Paramedics no make it. Man die right there in parking lot. That. Or, here, we can actually do the accent of how this story goes. Conversation, having peaceful conversation about meditation. Peace, a very good thing to have in life. But, take life, you must be willing to do. Everything got quiet. One time, I in Nashville, I getting gas. I come to teach you little heathens. Man walk up with knife and says, hey old bastard, give me wallet and keys to your car. I take his knife and I put it in his throat while I watch him gasp for air. Paramedics no make it. He die in parking lot. Police come, they make little chalk line. I feel bad for not that man. That man met God that day. That man now rest in peace. So peace is something we all need to find in life. Whether that be in the living or in the death. If you play game, you can win a stupid prize. But remember, just because you are peaceful does not mean you cannot take life. Knife go in Adam's apple. That's what I tell you now. Knife always go in Adam's apple. They not live from it. Only one story to tell police if only one man live. He got up, bowed, and said, have good meditation, and walked away. He just left us to reflect on what the hell he told us. He told us he killed a man. Us dumbasses were like, there's no way that crazy old man actually has ever killed somebody. We looked it up. We looked it up. There's a newspaper article. There was a newspaper article. Man dies while attempting to rob. This is how they put it. Rob elderly martial arts expert. Man dies. Is how it said it in the paper. We saw him again. We bowed. He looked at us. First words out of his mouth. You look up story. Yes, we did. You think Master Otto lied to you? Kinda. We did. Oh, so now you think Master Otto liar? No, we didn't say you were a liar. But you think Master Otto liar. All of you. Go sit in dark room. Think about what you do. Go. Or Master Otto add you to list. We got up, we went and sat in the sensory deprivation room. We were in there for 4 hours with our thoughts because that motherfucker said, Master Otto put you on the list. I do not want to be like Master Otto. At one point in time, I thought it would be cool to be like Master Otto. No. No, it is not. Master Otto's kids don't even want to be like Master Otto. We asked him why.
Sperm? Or
Yes. Yes, we asked him why his kids don't come and learn, because Master Miyamoto's kids came and learned. Um, and Master Otto goes, "Ah, my little angel, she sweet princess. She no think she need violence yet. We get her gun when she turn 17. She understand. Bad men in world. Shoot them in chest twice, shoot them in face once. No more bad man." Okay. My son, little Henry. He little. He 14. Henry bitch. We just looked at him. Did you just call your own son a bitch, Master Otto? Henry. Henry big bitch. Henry cried to his mom because his ice cream fall. So he's a normal kid. Oh, you cry when you lose ice cream? No? No? Then he not normal kid. He little crybaby.
Little bitch.
Okay. You know what? You're kid. You're entitled to that thought. I ain't saying no more about it. We just, we gonna we
Not
gonna
my place.
let it go. Right? Not my problem, not my place. Then he said, "My son, such big bitch, he not even ask to touch sword. He look at it and he says it scare him."
That's one fucked up old man.
Yeah, severely fucked up. Best motherfucker that I've ever met in my life, and I would trust him with my life if I ever needed to. But god damn. He is just downright terrifying, like 99% of the fucking time.
He cried like, I remember him. He cried like, bitch.
99% of the time, he genuinely scared us, like made us not want to go to classes and stuff.
The next day.
No, it literally, it was like that. There was days we actually contemplated telling Master Miyamoto, we don't feel safe with you leaving us alone with him. We found out why you're not entitled to say that. We said it one time, "Master, we don't quite feel safe being left alone with Master Otto." Master Miyamoto looks at us and goes, "Master Otto, come here!" We all got quiet, and he goes, "Students have something they would like to say to you." "No, no, we do not. No, no, we do not. We do not have anything we need to say to Master Otto." He just looks and he goes, "Which one of you cried like Henry?" That is all he said. "Which one of you cry like Henry?" We all just kind of looked down. He goes, "That's what I thought. So who's scared? You know what me teach you? You that scared? You gonna cry? I give you something to cry about. How about next time you think about telling Master Miyamoto, Master Otto bad? You think, Master Otto know where you live. He know if you have dog or cat. Master Otto, take your dog. Master Otto, take your cat. You never see them again. Master Otto loved them more than he loved his own children. You will remember this. Is Master Otto clear? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Master. Good. Now, I see all you crybabies. 5 minutes. Wipe tears away. You getting hit today. We just looked at Master Miyamoto. You fucking sold us out. He goes, yeah, I'm gonna sell you out. Because if he finds out that I knew and didn't tell him, who do you think is gonna have to deal with him later? He had the Master of Masters scared. Okay?
That's a different type of scared.
That's different. That is a terrifying level. I was so fucking scared of this man that when I finally got to take place as Master, when he goes, I have present for you. First thing I thought was, this is how this conversation goes. When he pulled me in front of the whole class, and I wish, now that I have turned over the saber, I wish I still had it because it was a very fine, beautiful saber, but I did give it away to a student who I thought was a better person to have that, and because Master Otto scared the shit out of me and it was a constant fucking reminder. We're in class. We didn't know it was going to be his final day being our master. And he called me in front of everybody. And he goes, Master Myers, please step forward. First thing in my head was, I'm gonna get fucked up. He is gonna fuck me up, and I don't even know what I did wrong. That was my first thought process, was I'm about to get the shit kicked out of me in front of everybody, and I don't even begin to know what I did or what I didn't do. All I know is I'm in trouble, and this is really, really, really gonna suck. I stood up there. He looked at me. He smiled and he said, Are you scared? Said, No, Master Otto, I'm not scared. He goes, Good. Please bow to your master. One more time. I bowed and was like, when I raise, I swear to God, he's going to hit me with something. That's what I feel is happening. As soon as I raise up, he is going to be ready to hit me with something and just see my reaction. That's what I'm thinking is about to happen. I bowed. I was prepared for the hit. I slowly rose, and he goes, Congratulations. You proved to me you deserve this. You not bitch like other masters. You strong. They weak as fuck. But you strong. You going to be less likely to die first. Okay. That's nice, I guess. I'm not sure what it is I'm getting yet, but I know it's something important to him because he's got me up here in front of the whole damn class. And then he smiled and said, "Congratulations. You now hold rank of Master of Masters. You now Teacher of Teachers. Do not make Master Otto regret. Master Otto know in his heart when you fail him. Master Otto does not like failures. Do not be failure." Okay, no pressure. Since then, I have felt like I have failed that man every single day of my fucking life. I have felt like I have failed him every single fucking day. And I am waiting for the day he comes to find me and goes, "Master Otto tell you he no like failure, and what you do? You'll fucking fail him." I am terrified terrifucking-fied of that day. And if y'all think I am exaggerating how psychotic this motherfucker is, I'm really not. He is 86 years old and strikes fear in the heart of women and children everywhere. He is the single-handed reason why I flinch when people raise things fast. He is the reason I do not like to sleep without the door being shut and knowing it's locked. That man haunts me some days. And I know there's people out here probably going to listen to this and go, "Ha ha, he's scared of an old man." You wait. You wait till Master Otto finds you. Master Otto finds you, Master Otto make you bring fear to your whole life. Master Otto no fuck around. You gonna find out one day. Everybody find out Master Otto no fuck around. Master Otto's scary as shit. And I want him to stay in Georgia for the rest of his remaining years. God, please take him sooner, so I can sleep more peaceful at night. For all intents and purposes, that is a joke. That is a joke. Please do not take that nice old man. Take his mean wife. He'll love you. He'll love us more for that. His wife is mean as shit too. I see why he is the way he is. His wife Chinese. You don't think that funny that his wife Chinese? He's fucking Thai. He's from Thailand. She is Chinese from China. Everything and every time I have ever met that woman, she has reminded me why we don't like the Chinese. Like, every single time.
Without fail?
Without fail. She said a joke one day that made me question whether or not it was an actual joke. She said, "You know why Chinese people have no dogs as pets? It's because the meat is tenderer than chicken or pig." What? I was mortified when she said that. I was like, I'm sorry, what? And she goes, it's joke, stupid American. Everything, you guys think everything's so serious. You just said you eat dogs. How am I not supposed to take that serious? It's a joke. It's joke. You all take joke too hard. You worse than my husband. My husband play with sword. He think that make him man. You all think this is so cool. You flip your little swords. You flip it back and forth. Oh, you guys meditate. You steal everything from Chinese. Even your sword's probably made in Chinese. All you stupid Americans, all the same. You think everything joke. Everything big joke to Americans. Everything. Oh, look at me. I had these. I do these. Everything fucking joke to you. But when Chinese people make joke, you go, oh my god, it's so bad. That is how that woman talked. That is not an exaggeration. That is how that woman talked.
You little bitch.
And the best thing is, you remember Henry? Henry talks normal. You have a conversation with Henry. Henry will talk to you like a regular human being from America and not somebody who has Asian parents. Even though Henry is Asian as fuck. Henry has had a conversation with me where he started out his conversation, "Sup, brah?" Who the fuck are you? This is before I knew, like, who he belonged to. I thought he was a new student.
Who he belonged to is crazy. That's a crazy way to say it.
I really thought he was a new student. And it was just after class, right? So everybody changed back into, like, their regular clothes, like their street clothes and stuff. I'm still wearing my white pants. I'm still wearing my top. And he walks up to me and goes, "Sup, brah?" And I instantly felt the disrespect because I had the rank of master, and that is not how you talk to us. And I was like, "I'm sorry. What did you just say, young one?" He said, "I said, sup, brah. You put in fine work out there." I was like, "Well, I would hope so. I do hold the rank of master. You will address me as Master Myers when speaking to me. I'm not your brah." And he goes, "Brah, I ain't even a student." I said, "Okay, so then if you ain't a student, why are you here?" He goes, "My dad's the master of masters, bro." I was like, "Bullshit." He goes, "Name's Henry, dog. What's your name?" I was like, "Oh, you're Henry." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, my dad's probably talked about me a couple times. He's pretty damn proud of me." I said, "No, your dad says you cry like a bitch." He goes, "I don't cry like a bitch. He's just really hurtful when he talks." I was like, "So you cry like a bitch?" He goes, "I don't fucking cry like a bitch." Master Otto walks over and goes, Quit telling my son he cry like bitch. He already know he cry like bitch. I tell him that all the time at home. He on Xbox. He lose on a game. He cry. He scream. Only thing he know how to do, play fucking video game. And cry. I tell him he need to learn real sport. I try to make him take soccer. He goes, Dad, soccer's not a real sport. He goes, that's because you get hit in face ball one time. You go over to the coach and you say, hey coach, that really hurt. I don't think this for me. You cried like beach that day. He goes, I was 7. He goes, I don't care if you're 17. You cry like bitch in front of all parents. You embarrass me. You embarrassment to your family. I was like, damn, that's harsh. He goes, don't worry. Henry cry about it later in car. I tell him he bitch again. He forget about it by time we get home. It's gonna be okay.
Okay.
Okay, Master Myers. I see you later. Have good day. See you 3 days from now. We have different conversation about my bitch son. Walked out of the door. I was like, I want to have another conversation about your bitch son. But I know I'm gonna. Because this shit's funny. 3 days later, I see Master Otto again. He goes, my son say he don't like you because you call him bitch. I laugh. I tell him it's because he is little bitch. You my new favorite student because you pick on my son. You and me, one day, we have beer together. We make fun of son together when he play his bullshit pickleball. He said, I'm gonna make my son do soccer one day, just so me and you sit at the field and we laugh at him. I was like, this is the worst dad ever. You're gonna make your kids do sports just so your friends can laugh at them. He goes, it'll be okay. He gonna cry about it anyways. Might as well have fun while he cry. That's not... You know what? You actually have a solid point there. And I didn't think I would ever think he had a point to that. But he made a good point. And I did go to one of Henry's soccer games. And he did cry like a little bitch. His team lost 6-0.
He cried like bitch.
He came off that field, eyes full of tears. He looked at his dad and he goes, Dad, I told you we're not a good team. This is why I don't like it when you come, because you're just gonna make fun of me later. He goes, see, I tell you, my son Henry, he cry like beach. He cry like this all fucking time. I promise you, I call you, he gonna be playing Xbox. He gonna lose match. He gonna cry. He gonna call somebody a posh monkey and I gonna have to go smack him. And then he gonna cry louder over his mic. And then all his friends know he cry like bitch because he take backhand like bitch. What? I'm pretty sure, like, now that Henry is old enough to know the difference between abuse and not abuse, I'm like 99% sure he stays the hell away from his dad. Because I stay the hell away from his dad. But for opposite reasons. Actually, not so many opposite. He is quite emotionally abusive as a teacher as well.
You cry like bitch.
I cried one time in front of him, and it was because a little child, a small child, like one that we had just like decided was the threshold of the age is when we can start teaching. and I was teaching him Form 1, and he got a little bit overzealous and not so patient. And I took a full-on training blade to the groin. And it was swung with some power, like, oh man, I heard the wind coming off of it. And because I was in the open stance of Form 1 and was just like lightly tapping just so he could get used to what it felt like, just light, quick little taps. And then he thought that meant he had to swing. And when he swung it sideways like a bat. And I remember I tapped this kid on the head and said, that's why we keep our... Wham! And I hit that mat so hard, every teacher in the room stopped, looked at me. I was 19 at the time. I was 19. Keep in mind, 19-year-old Dylan still was gonna punch a child in the groin so that he understood the pain. I clenched my fist and I heard Master Otto go, "Hey, do not punch him. Take deep breath. Let anger flow out. We hook him up with female trainer, so you no get hit in your balls no more. He hit her in cooch, it not hurt her as bad. I team him with Emily. She bitch anyways. I think at that time of month." I was like, "Got it, Master Otto." He goes, "I'm sorry. Are you crying, Mr. Knight?" "Yeah. It hurt. I heard the wind." He goes, "Tears for bitches. Do not cry. Do not be little bitch. You no see Master Otto ever cry. Master Otto not bitch. You being bitch right now. Stop your fucking tears. Every time you cry, Master Otto feel like you bitch. And Master Otto no like bitches. Master Otto has to go home deal with his bitch son Henry and his bitch wife. Don't make me deal with bitch at work too." "Yeah, okay, Master Otto." He goes, "Now stand up, take breath. I let you smack him one time real hard." I was like, got it. I took composure and I was like, "Okay, here, Steven, here's what you did wrong, bud. One, you hit your teacher in the nuts. Two, you're not supposed to swing because I'm just teaching you how to respond to impacts." And I mean, I'm taking some deep breaths in between to just try to keep the composure going. And this kid goes, "I like that. I think I'm going to hit you in the nuts again. But not right now, because you got to catch your breath." I looked at Master Otto and I said, "Master Otto, I will take you on that opportunity to smash this small child's head with this blade." He goes, "Good. He fucking deserve it. His mom ugly as shit. Definitely Karen gonna cry about it. Make him cry like he make you cry. You feel better about yourself, I promise." So I said, "Okay, so do you remember everything I've taught you so far?" He goes, "Yeah, I do. This is pretty weak stuff. I was like, good. You're about to see why I'm an aggressive form fighter. He goes, what? And I swung that shit sideways and I smacked him in the ribs. And I doubled him down, and I brought it back over the top, and Master Otto stopped me from swinging that second hit down, and he goes, I said 1 hit, not 2 hit. 2 hit child abuse. 1 hit is called learning experience. I was like, but he said he was gonna, I know he said he gonna hit you in balls again, but I tell you already he gonna go with Master Park. Master Park no have dick or balls. Therefore, you no need to worry. You not get hit in your little sensitive boys no more. Do not ever cry in front of Master Otto ever again. Master Otto will call you bitch again. Why is everything a bitch with you crying, Master? He goes, because only bitches and small kids cry. You not small kid. Therefore, that mean you bitch. I don't like how that makes sense to you, but you know what? Let's just go with it. Why? Because I'm hurting. He goes, good. Remember, I never teach you wrong. You teach people wrong, you get hurt. How many times you ever see Master Otto get hit by little kid in his balls? That's right. Never. 'Cause Master Otto add that child to a list of dead people. Master Otto know better. That's why Master Otto let you dumbasses teach small ones. I know teach small ones. I make you teach the small ones. Send them when they get to be about size of my nipple, and then I fight them. Then they understand. Great point. You know what I have not taught since then? I have not taught anybody under the age of 7. 6 is the threshold age that we have always agreed upon that says, hey, this is a good time that they can start learning. No, my threshold is 9 or is 8. 8 and 9-year-olds can learn. You, between 6 and 7, you do not understand yet that if you hit me in my nuts with a training blade, I am not responsible for the words that flow out of my mouth or the fact that I am going to lay on the ground for about 5 to 20 minutes. And I know that seems like a long time to grasp the reality. But Carly's little, or not little, but older sister, that's who I was with today. Her little girl somehow, for some magical reason, I guess I'm just a really lovable person, which is crazy, got really attached to me. Well, she came running towards me, and I forgot about the whole, you gotta be on your toes, with small children swinging their hands and stuff. She caught me. She caught me in the left nut. And I mean in a crowded place. The first word that came out of my mouth was, fuck! And I really did not mean to curse. But she only hit one nut, and it dropped me. It dropped me like a sack of freaking potatoes. And I went straight down. And you know what was so adorable about this little girl and why she has become one of my new best friends? Is because after it happened and she saw me lay down, do you know what she does?
Hmm.
She laid down next to me on the ground. She laid down next to me, instantly knew what she did, and she goes, "I'm sorry." I was like, It's it's not okay. But thank you for saying you are sorry. That that makes me at least have faith that you are going to be a good child one day and you understand what you did really 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 hurt and is really really wrong. And she goes, "Can I still be your friend?" "Yes, you can still be my friend." She goes, "Okay. Mommy, he said I can still be his friend. He's not mad at me." I was like, "Oh no, that's a different story. I'm mad. So I need you to stay away." for at least me to get up and catch my breath. But I'm not so angry at you that I want you to stay away forever. Because I understand accidents happen, and yeah, that's all. I'm gonna leave it at that. That is how I approach every child ever now in my life. Is if I get hit in the nuts, my first reaction is to gonna go down in pain. And if it's a boy that's old enough to know better, oh, he's taking a shot. He's taking a shot. He's taking a shot, so he understands why we don't do that. He's gonna take a shot. Because my son is now 6 years old, and when he was 4 and he punched me in the nuts, I punched him back in the nuts. You know what he has not ever done since? Punch somebody in the nuts. He learned at a young age, Dad does not play games when it comes to that. We both laid on the ground and we cried. We both laid there and cried. You know what he said to me after? He goes, "Dad, that hurt." I said, "Yeah, you hurt Dad too. I'm sorry. I love you. I love you too. Don't ever hit me in there again." He goes, "I don't want to be hit there either, Dad." I was like, "Good boy. We've learned a life lesson here." Little shit tells his mom, "Dad punched me here because I punched him there." You know what she said after that was, "He doesn't even swing at her in that area." Now, however, Colin, my son has done some pretty hilarious things to my ex-wife that may or may not have really brought some pride and joy in my heart as a father. One being, she told him, "You can't have any more apple juice." He waited for her to go to the bathroom. He got the apple juice out of the fridge. He waited. He couldn't get the lid off. He looked at her when she came out of the bathroom, and he threw that bottle on the floor and busted the cap off. Picked it up and began to drink it. And she calls me like I'm supposed to solve the problem. She called me and she goes, "Do you know what your son just did?" And I was like, "First off, I think you missaid our son, because I would like to think you somewhat had a little bit of help in the whole process of the making. So you can't just pin this all on me. So, what did our son do? And she goes, this little shit, I need you to come over here and use your dad discipline. First off, we're not married. You don't get to dictate my life anymore, woman. Second, what do you mean this little shit just did? What did he do? She said, I told him no more apple juice. I said that was a bad idea. Because he loves apple juice. Because he is a product of his father. And his father loves apple juice. But continue. And she goes, he waited for me to come out of the bathroom before he threw it on the kitchen floor, busted the lid off, and proceeded to drink the bottle in front of me. I said, well, did you take the bottle from him? She goes, why would I have done that? 'Cause it's gonna piss him off. I don't want to piss him off. I want him to know he's in trouble. So take the fucking juice, Jessica. She goes, this is why I need you to come and handle this. First off, I'm not about to drive an hour to your house alone to go discipline him. It's on your parenting time. You can be the bad person. You can discipline him right now. She goes, well, he drank all the apple juice. I was like, okay, well, one of two ways you can handle this. You can handle it mommy's way, which is go sit in time out and think about what you did because you really hurt my feelings when you did that. Which, I can tell you right now, my son finds an absolute fucking joke. He does not give a fuck about his mother's feelings. How I know this is because he has full on flipped her off in front of me and called another woman mom. That's how I know my son gives no fucks about hurting his mother's feelings. Because he did it with a smile.
Because he did it with a smile.
He did that shit with a smile, so I know that little shit knew what he was doing. Secondly, the other option is you do it Dad's way. She goes, well, what's Dad's way? She said, Dad's the perfect parent. I said, I'm not the perfect parent. But if he would have just done that at my house, I would bend him over my knee and I would spank his ass so he understands that that is not how we conduct ourselves. She goes, I'm afraid to spank him. I said, well, don't say that shit too loud because he's going to hear you. She goes, what is that supposed to mean? Well, it means if he hears you, he's not going to respect the spanking. He's going to laugh about the spanking. I sat on the phone when I heard her try to spank him, and do you know what I hear on the other side? I was like, fucking hell, he thinks it's a joke.
Fucking hell.
He thinks it's a joke. Which, to be honest, most of the things she does in her life is a joke. Look at, everybody past me. To include her new husband who... Oh god, this is bad. This is bad. I'm gonna explain this.
No. Why?
When we were in high school, he was the janitor to the school. One of them. He graduated 2 years before us, before getting this job. Was fired from that job because he was caught sleeping with one of the freshmen. Given granted, she was held back and she was 16 and
That guy has a fucking weirdo.
That's and parents chose not to press charges. There's that. 2, he was also fired because he was caught on camera sneaking into the girls' bathrooms and locker rooms while girls were in there. That is who she married. After me. The guy before him kidnapped her, beat her, and kidnapped her. So, he's also in prison for all of that stuff. So that's not like alleged things, that's legitimate things that have happened. Like, there's legitimate proof behind that, because you can't say it's alleged when you get convicted guilty of it and go to prison. You can no longer say it's alleged. Okay? You just can't. It's not how it works. Not how any of this works. Now, that is how she has selected things. The crazier thing. Here's the crazier thing. We gonna spill some more beans tonight. So I got told today there was a list of people that Sarah had cheated on me with.
Nigga, a list? What?
A list. Because Brianna said, hey, didn't you date that Sarah chick? I said, yeah, I did. She goes, oh, man, I'm so sorry she cheated on you. I was like, you know what, it's fine. She's like, I mean, with all people, Dustin. And I was like, Jared. She goes, no. One of Darren's groomsmen from Carly and his wedding. I was like, huh? She goes, the guy that walked down the aisle with her? I'm sorry, what? I was like, okay. That kind of hurt a little bit. I don't know why it hurt me. I don't know why that hurt. Hurt just hearing. But it did hurt me. Secondly, yeah. So,
Yeah.
Then, I decided to message one of her friends and was like, hey, did you know about this? And she said, actually, that's something I've been meaning to tell you, Dylan. There is a list. I said, what do you mean there's a list? She said, do you know the actual number of times she has cheated on you? I said, no, I apparently do not, because I was only aware of one until today, and now I am aware of 2. She said, 15. Over the course of the 4-year relationship, she cheated on me with 15 separate guys. and there was somebody keeping track and keeping a list of them so that when I finally did confront the news, they could pinpoint every single person and I had the backup firepower to prove it. I am so happy that I was able to turn her best friends into some of my friends. So 15 different guys. My only response to that was I cheated on her with somebody I was still technically married to. And that was at the beginning of our relationship. And I came clean about it. I didn't hide it. I openly said, hey, here's what happened. You know, I said, if you don't want this relationship after you now know the truth, I understand. Because I wouldn't really, and at that time, I wouldn't have wanted that relationship. So, she was like, well, let's just try to start over new. But to now know that there was 15 separate people, and the number of times I had the opportunities to cheat on her, and I did not, and how happier my life could have fucking been, really, 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 really hurts. Because I could have cheated on her with a paramedic who probably would have been really nice to me for a while until she wanted to treat me like human pincushions, because that's just what medical professionals do. I could have pursued different people that I found attractive. And I didn't, because I was a faithful person. And, just, you know, the more I keep saying, like, hey, I forgive, and I forgive, and I forgive, and I forgive, and I forgive, you know what? I am done forgiving this fucking bitch.
Should have threw that shit out the window?
I am done. I am done with the forgiveness. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
just...
the song I'm listening to, conversation we're having, it goes together real well.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it really does.
I can't tell if you're being serious or not.
Being so dead ass.
But, yeah. So I'm done with the whole, let's just forgive her for the past and everything. No. Fuck that hoe. I am tired of being so damn nice. This is the slow unbecoming. The longer things go, and the more I find out. And I promise you, I'm not crying. I'm not crying out of anger.
But
I am I am crying at the fact of how peaceful I have fucking been. Only to find out just how much I have been fucked over. I have been more fucked than a prostitute on fucking Sunday. And that is that is honestly, I have worked so damn hard on being this better person, this better me. And I'm beginning to think that maybe, just, this is going to be super crazy to say, maybe I do need to go back to the old me who, for all intents and purposes, we will say, how can we say this without coming off sounding like I want to go back to being a violent person?
um um one mm, uh shit. Hold on, give me a sec. I got you. Wait, just continue on with what you were gonna say, but
I
I got you.
I I, I Everybody wanted to know, like, hey, where did this old Dylan go? Where did this guy go? The guy that nothing could bring him down. And the happy guy, and the guy that was just, yeah, just the guy that everybody saw that thought I was okay all the time. Where did that guy go? Well, folks, you see, what happens is when somebody constantly gives their heart away and they get hurt over and over and over again, there becomes a point in which you question whether or not it is worth going back to. Like, I don't think anybody else truly understands just how much I have made the continuous effort to try and I'm trying to think of how to actually appropriately like say this. The level of who I am reflecting I guess I lost my train of thought. Okay, I got my train of thought back. The person who's given themselves away so much and just been hurt time and time and time again, you question whether it's worth going back to that person who everybody saw. And my only answer that I can come up with for the sanity that is my mind is it's just not. It's not worth it. It's I don't think it's worth the amount of trauma to continue to allow that to happen. And you can think what you want about that, but it's, to me, it's not worth painting on that fake smile again and telling everybody that nothing is wrong. Because anybody with half a brain can see that no, it's the exact opposite. I'm I'm not the best version that I have been in the past. No, but it's not worth me going back and pretending to be something. It's just not. And I'm sorry if that disappoints certain individuals. I realized I had a streamer and I started talking about this and they, or a viewer, and started talking about this and they left. But yeah, it's just not worth it to me. The old me kind of built around just a lie. But we will come back to Farming Sim another time. I'm about to take my pills and lay down. So that is that's all for this TED Talk tonight. We'll be back. Promise.